whatever you're using. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go from the top now, just to show you that I can get from the top and get at this gear. So at the top of my bag, if you was looking at it, you've got a little strap here, holds everything in. I have a little heat glove, and obviously it's been burnt, look, so it proves that, you know, stop myself from getting burnt there. You know what I mean? I use that for picking stuff off the fire when I'm using stuff. Little piece of some plastic plate. I use it more as a chopping board again. It's another type of chopping board, but I can use it as a plate as well. Here I have titanium grill for the fire. Then I also got a Van Gogh grill. Now this is a good grill. It's going to be a long video really. I didn't want it to be too long, but I can't really do much about it. But there you go. And this is a titanium grill, and it's super light, and it's a double grill. Goes on your fire. You can also use it to put your pots on, so they are in the fire itself. I cooked some steak on these, and it was absolutely awesome. There's a video if you want to see it in action. So go and check it out on my YouTube channel. There's other videos where I've showed stuff. Right, and then in here is my full. I've got water purifying kit in there and a bit of Vaseline in a little tub. But the rest of it's the water purifier, and it'll be. I'm sure it'll be the newest one. It'll be the Soy Squeeze, that one. I have got the older version in one of my other rucksacks. But anyway, so in here, this full kit here is put it out. That's my full pot and pan set. Now it looks quite big, but it's got everything in this. And I've done a video showing you everything what's inside this pot and pan set. So you can check that out. You'll see it. So I did a steak at home, but I was just showing everybody all the stuff what was in this. And here, like, I've got a plate. Oops. Plate and obviously frying pan. Great bit of kit. It's all light, so it doesn't hardly weigh now. It just takes up quite a bit of space in there. Then I have my shemog, or whatever they call them. Always coming handy to have one of them with you. So then that is everything what was in the top of what was in that main compartment, and then that's my sleepings. That is my. Oops. That's the Ordis 2 sleep system from Altkit. It's a tent. It's a 2-manner, and it's that small. And just it just fits in there. I can say, look, it is small as hell, and I've got a footprint as well inside there, so you can put the footprint down first, and then you can put it on top of it. It's an awesome thing. Go check it out if you want to have a look. Altkit have them. It's called the Ordis 2. Ordis 2, something like that anyway. But that is my tent. As you can see, most people have a massive tent. There's people out there what I've seen or I watch all the time, especially Hayes Outdoors and a few others. Now Hayes, he's gone the opposite. He went massive tent, nearly took up the full, nearly takes up his full of his rucksack, and then he did have a smaller sleeping bag, but I think now he's gone to a bigger sleeping bag, and it's a down sleeping bag. I have down sleeping bags, and they're great because they can compact quite small. So if I won't using this big baby there, this one, which doesn't pack down very small at all, but it goes down to -20. So I'd rather be warm in a sleeping bag, and the tent. I know the tent's good, so I've had it up, and it'll withstand the wind and everything. So, and if it come down to it and the tent collapsed on me, at least I'd have it stuff covered over me, and I'd have that, and that'd be in a bivvy bag anyway. So I'd be totally dry, totally warm until I could get out of wherever I was and what situation it was. So to me, everyone's different. Like I say, he's gone with his like what he calls the dome from home. His Illeberg one. sort of ragged him a bit about it. A lot of people ragged him about it because it was £1,000. Well, that cost me, I think it was about 180 quid, 200 quid maybe. Maybe a bit less than that, to be honest. I think I got it on a special offer at the time. So, and that'll do me. If it buggers up, it's a couple of £100 to get another one. So that's why I didn't want to go to get a real expensive tent, because I just know this thing's going to happen, and then bang, your tent's buggered and you're in the right state. Now, there's a little top compartment here. Actually, you can take it off and use it as a day sack, this. But this is why I have all the rest of my stuff in. So I have my Spyderco Bushcrafter, and it's the UK, it's Bushcraft UK who designed it. Spyderco, and an awesome bit of kit. I take myself a sharpener with it, which is a ceramic sharpener, so I can keep it razor sharp. I have my Spyderco Ray Mears Wolf Spider. So I always take a companion knife with my big knife, a small one just for doing other smaller type tasks. I've got a strop in here, just a bit of leather on that side. There's no on that side. There did used to be a diamond piece on that side, but I took it off because it's crap. So I just use that just to strop in. Fire steel, the butt plug fire steel, what people know, or someone named it on Instagram, called it the butt plug because of the way it's shaped. But I turned that quite a bit ago. It's hard to turn it in that funny shape like that. And so then I turned it into a fire steel, so I thought, bollocks, I'm having it as a fire steel. And I got someone to name it. Right, there's still more stuff to go. In the top of here, there's a cover, what goes over this, to waterproof cover. So you can use that, but I think I've got something else in there as well. Yeah, I've got the extra things here to take that into, take it, instead of it being a big size, put it into the smaller sleeping bag and another sleeping bag, and then you can put them all into one big bag. So, but I've just kept the bags in there because you can use them for other things, you know what I mean, when you're at camp. So that all goes in the top. And that's all what goes in there, because obviously things get, if that's wet, I don't want it wetting everything else. So as it out as quick as I can. There we go. Right, so there's another compartment here, and in this one I have DD Magic Carpet. I ain't tried it yet, but it's only like it's just a piece of waterproof lining stuff what you can put underneath your hammock. So when you get out in the morning, if you've got bare feet or you're in socks, you're not going to get them wet and that. Then I also inside there have a couple of them carabiners for putting up the ridge line. Just makes it easier. Then I always take two of these to hang my hammock up on. Two carabiners, and they always come in handy if you need them for rock climbing or whatever. So also, if I do go rock climbing, I have got a full rock climbing set as well. In here is, it's a bag what you can use it to pump up, and it's an inflatable mattress in there. It's the Alt Kit one. It's quite thick. Oh, actually, this one's not the Alt. It is the Alt Kit one, but it's the Cloud. I've got it because it folds in different ways, so it's great for an hammock. So I've got that one. So that goes in that bag there. Then I have DD Superlight tarp. So I always calculate. So I've got two ways of having a tarp really, or I can just use that, and I can use the other one to go over the top of an area where I'm cooking or whatever. So DD tarp in there, and that's the Superlight, and I've got the Superlight hammock And it's an awesome bit of kit that I make. I don't care what anyone says. I've had no trouble with them. I've used it a few times now, and it's perfect. If it does bugger up on me, I'll be telling people. But at the moment, it's been absolutely ace, cross fingers. And then in there, I just got some paracord and a bag. Now this bag, when I used to go fishing, used to make my own boilies for fishing for carp and that. And it was a bag for putting boilies in to drying them out. But I've kept that because it comes in handy if you want to put stuff in to dry stuff out or whatever. But I just put my some extra paracord in there, and that just goes in the bottom of that. So that is everything what was in that kit. So I don't know if you can see it all, but there's quite a lot of gear in there. I'll give it a little spin around. So it is quite heavy. I reckon I could probably, me at the fitness I am today, I could probably walk a couple of miles with that, but then I would be pushing it after a couple of miles. So it's mainly get your car to wherever you get it to. Or if I was taking my mountain bike, for instance, I have got a trailer what goes on the back of my mountain bike, and I could fit that on the trailer and just have that and pull that along, and I could probably go 10 mile maybe in a day and get somewhere quite far out on my mountain bike. But walking with it, to be honest, and I'm being serious, people go, oh, I'll go fucking miles with it, you know what I mean? Well, you might be fitter than me, I'm not very fit. So I'd probably, my limit would be 2 mile, 2 to 3 mile. I did Fortney Dale once. I went to Fortney Dale once, and I had a rucksack what weighed a lot more than this did. Because them days I was using all my ex-army gear, and it's very heavy gear. And I walked 3.5 miles from Fortney Dale to Dolby Forest, and then about half a mile into the woods. So I did, like say, about 4 mile, and I was flipping pooped. I was absolutely knackered. And in fact, I ended up having to get the rescue services out because I'd done something to my muscles at the time in my stomach. But I actually thought I'd pulled the muscles in my stomach, but it was actually I'd got a very rare condition, which turned me into a type 1 diabetic. So I didn't realise at the time. And the bag was that heavy. When the policeman and the ambulance came, after I'd given the coordinates, luckily got a signal with my mobile phone at the time. And it was the time when we only had flipping crap mobile phones, and you know what I mean, they didn't even get on the internet, to be honest. So I was real lucky to get a signal, and obviously they come and pick me up, and he tried to pick my rucksack up, the 6'5" police officer, and he couldn't even lift it up. So that's how heavy it was, and I had to lift it up, put it over my shoulder, while I was constantly puking up, and I didn't stop puking for about 5 hours. I was just retching constantly for 5 hours until I got to the hospital, and they stabbed a load of needles in my stomach with I think it was like a numbing agent or something like that, or some type of muscle relaxant to relax all my muscles in my stomach at the time. And then I was perfectly fine after that. I didn't know what was going on. I did feel a bit ill when I got home. I had to eat quite a lot of stuff, and when I ate the stuff I started feeling sick again. So I didn't know at the time, but I was diabetic, and so that's why I was feeling sick every time I ate something. But I'd been like that for quite a long time, and it was the doctors never fucking sussed it out. But there you go. It was me who had to end up finding out myself, going on the internet about 10, 15 years later, finding out. So I was diabetic for 10 or 15 years without even having any type of medication. So now I'm on insulin, and I do feel a lot better for it. If I didn't,